The Knicks currently have a record of 35-20, similar to where they were last year. Now, January was a terrible month for the New York Knicks. There was panic around Karl-Anthony Towns. Can he be the guy in order? Can he be the second star that's going to help Jalen Brunson lead us to a championship? Everything was bad. I'm screaming trade him. You screaming trade him. New York screaming trade him. The Knicks have a players meeting. Oh, well, according to Josh Hart, it wasn't a players meeting, whatever. There was a come to Jesus moment for the New York Knicks during that span. Knicks went on a huge winning streak. It seems like now they play a better basketball. Defense seems like the number one priority when it comes to the New York Knicks. They're winning by committee. It's not Jalen Brunson or Karl-Anthony Towns to see who's going to carry them over the top. You've seen Jalen Brunson do it. Jalen Brunson has taken a step back. I don't know if y'all noticed. Jalen Brunson's scoring numbers have went down. His assist numbers have went up. Karl-Anthony Towns is more engaged. It seems like he's bought in to the offense. And even if he's not having a great offensive night, him and Mitchell Robinson are having this rebound battle where, hey, who can get the most rebounds? So Karl-Anthony Towns is starting to find his role. Even though offense is still a little staticky, he's starting to find his role defensively. We've seen this rotation starting to pick up. We're seeing guys like Mo Diawara, Big Mo producing for them in the lineup. We've seen Kevin McCullough come in and give them good minutes when Josh Hart can't play. And then we got two additional pieces that we're going to talk about in Jose Alvarado, who's looks like a dream. Me and you, we knew what Alvarado was going to bring to the table. And then finding out that they picked up Jeremy Sohan off of waivers from the San Antonio Spurs. Ken, do you believe, after everything you've seen so far, that the Knicks are finals bound? I'm going to give you the floor. Go ahead, talk your talk, my guy.
Listen, I don't think we're just finals bound. We're championship bound. I think this is the squad right here. This is what we needed to see. We're past the trade deadline. We didn't ship away half the team, half the assets, half the youth for a Giannis. We got guys playing the roles, and we bring in two dogs. Because you know what? The New York brand of basketball is being dogs, and we were kind of missing that at times. Sometimes teams would come in, smack us in the mouth, and we didn't respond back. And we got two guys that got no problem bringing that nasty. Like Sohan said, he brings that nasty to the team. I like it. We're championship bound. I think that we've seen the flaws in the defending champs, and we're gonna get on them. And I will tell you this: I'm a big believer. You don't stop talking to your mentors. And who brought in Sohan before he retired? Pop. You think that conversation between Pop and Mike Brown didn't happen? It happened.
That's happened. Nice. I like that. Okay.
So you think they brought in Sohan for no reason? Not at all. That conversation happened, and Pop let him know, like, that's a dog. You might want him down there. Brought in somebody that's known to play, known to bring some defense and fit into a good system. He ain't trying to be a star. He's trying to fit in, trying to bring us to the motherland. We're gonna burn New York down after this championship.
Y'all heard that. Hey, y'all heard that. New York, stand up. But I want to get a little bit deeper into that, because I know we're going to talk about Sohan and we're going to talk about Alvarado, but I really want to focus on the way the Knicks have been playing lately. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. The Knicks lately, they've won their last 8. They've won their, and out of the last 10 games, they've won 8 games. They've only lost 2. They've held at least 5, 6, 7 opponents under 100 points, which shows you how much better this defense have been. They have a 6.1 point differential so far on the season. They're playing better on the road. They're about even on the road. They're 21-7 at home, 24-13, third in the conference, right there underneath the Boston Celtics. But the thing I think that's been most impressive about the New York Knicks is them winning by committee. Like I was saying when we first started, like, you're seeing guys that we didn't even think could produce for us, like Mo Diawara, for instance. Like everybody thought that Mo Diawara was just going to be a project. They may send him to the Westchester Knicks. He may spend most of the season there. There was questions when the season began. Well, Mo Diawara is kind of still on this roster. Is there something that they see that we don't? Being that we projected him to just be a project, something that we're working on. Now Mo Diawara is constantly in the rotation. He's shooting one of the highest clips from three in the whole league right now. And then you got Kevin McCullers of the world that comes in to chip in. You have Ariel Hoportier for when Mitch can't play back-to-backs. He's playing some good defensive minutes. Like I said in starting the video, it's not necessarily just Jalen Brunson carrying the ship. Now, him and Karl-Anthony Towns haven't necessarily worked that two-man game yet. I'm looking forward to see what they do during the end of the season to see if they could work that, because I think that's really the only thing that's missing with Jalen Brunson being more of a facilitator. His point totals have dropped from a night-to-night basis. People think that Jalen Brunson is struggling. I don't think so. I just think that Jalen Brunson is letting everybody cook. It could be him one night. It could be Karl-Anthony Towns one night. Hell, we've seen Mikal Bridges even be more aggressive going to the hole during this stretch. OG Anunoby is still a dog that he is. Hell, even Mitchell Robinson is getting some alleys and some offensive touches. He had his most dribbles in the season the other night, getting to the hole and banging it down. Ken, because I'm excited about them winning by committee. This reminds me of what we thought they could be with the Villanova team. It seems like they implemented that since that players meeting. I want to get your opinion on that, man. What do you think about them winning by committee?
I think that's what 100% what we needed. We knew that the ISO heavy, go ahead, give it to the star player, let him work, didn't work last year. We saw that it provided a high ceiling, and the high ceiling was just the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Didn't get us to the finals, the actual finals. We couldn't get by Indiana, who by all means beat us by committee.
True.
Right? So when it came down to running a deep bench, being able to match up well, we got beat in that department. The whole switch to Mike Brown was to try and see if we were going to play a more by committee team, right? Mike was supposed to bring that mentality that San Antonio had, that that Golden State had, right? Learn from his mistakes in Cleveland, things like that, right? He was supposed to come and bring that along the way. And now we are seeing it, right? And of course, guys they weren't buying it. We knew the drama around, and I get it, whatever. People talk about shopping you around, and you're already trying to be established. You back home, you're in New York, you think you're about to do things, and they're trying to shop you, you hurt, right? I think the players only meeting, the ship got righted, right? A lot of that conversation was had. A lot of that was like, listen, the chip is bigger than us, right? Bigger than any one individual person. I've sacrificed. You got to sacrifice. Everybody's sacrificing, right? And I think that's what I truly believe there was that meeting, right? Whether Hart wants to deny it or not, I think that a lot of that came down, right? And I think that you got somebody like Cap calling that meeting and then pointing at people being like, we got to sacrifice. You can't call him out on anything, right? He took the biggest pay cut to make sure we had room to put together a winning team, right? And he's shown, he came out of that players only meeting passing more, trying to get more people involved, trying not to dominate the ball, dominate the time of possession. So he's trying to sacrifice and get everybody going and win by committee. You got to step up to it. You got to play your role. Like you said, Cat's not always gonna just score. He gotta get his where he can. Get some rebounds. He's a great passer. He's a great passer. Phenomenal. He's shown it. Some flashes of like, oh my, might be a better passer than our own point guard sometimes, right?
Yeah.
We need to see that, right? Like, and the young guys being able to step up. We knew they were dogs. We knew they wanted to step up and play. Being able to give somebody that defensively can play defense and maybe hit some threes, let them go out there, get some confidence, right? That's what we're looking for. That's what we're aiming for. Let them get it. Like, what can we expect unless they out there playing?
All right.
We need to do it. We need to do it. And now they looking good. Diawara, Ariel Porty, like being able to have these guys step up where we don't have to play Mitch back to backs, right? We don't have to where we say, okay, we can load manage OG or load manage Cat, right? Heading into now the second half, right? Like where we're like, all right, we need to manage this team heading into the playoffs. We can't have our guys breaking down, right? Like because I'm always one fear away from OG blowing a calf injury, right? Like or hammy, because OG be everywhere. OG act like he don't get paid millions of dollars to play. OG be wilding.
Yeah. He's still
OG,
hungry. Yeah,
he's still hungry.
yeah.
But now we know we can go a couple games without OG having to play heavy minutes or even have to play, right? Because we are deep now. We are 15-man deep, trustworthy, right? So now this is what I like. Now this is where we get to see where I say the playoffs is a game of chess, right? The same lineups and rotations aren't going to beat every single team. Some guys are going to get 20 minutes in this matchup, but their minutes might drop to 10 or none at all because they don't match up well against this team. But being that deep, 15-man deep, and every single person ready to step up, we got a guy for every situation.
Yeah. And speaking of the Knicks being a deep team, I was thinking about this the other day. Let me ask you this question. See if you can answer it. Just a quick answer real quick. If you could point out one thing that's held the Knicks back from reaching the finals, what would it be?
Our bench.
Okay, that's part of it.
Like just a lack of either trust in it, right? Not playing the bench, or just lack of depth, right? Lack of quality bench. Because we're not gonna also act like we didn't just spend also a couple years where we had what's his face as our backup point guard, right? Like decent campaign, like decent,
who's just signed to the Philadelphia 76ers. It kind of made me go, campaign. He wasn't that great for us, but he does worry me a little bit. Like if we were to play Philly in the
what's crazy?
Playoffs.
Didn't we sign campaign after he tried to go off against us in the playoffs? I think that's how we brought him. Wasn't he with Philly originally?
Yeah. I think
went off on us one game with Philly, and we're like, "Ooh, let's add that guy." And then he just didn't do what he did. I don't like you did. He was serviceable.
It was serviceable. True. Yeah,
but like I will say, quality. Like we didn't like the pieces weren't there quality wise, right? Like the bench didn't jump out at me like, oh, right, like especially with the style of play we played. And all the coach we had, right? Like you knew that bench was not gonna see minutes.
Yeah. Not like, with Tom Thibodeau there. He just
never bashing Tibbs because Tibbs is that dog, man. He brought a winning culture to the team, turned it around for us mentally. We went from a team that kind of like, being laughed at with some of the coaches we had to being respectable with Tibbs. Now Tibbs got to play that Mark Jackson part, and Mike Brown got to play that Kerr part. Finish the job.
Yeah,
but you started. We got to finish the job now.
Yeah, he's doing a great job doing that because you have to attribute Mo Diawara's development to him. You kind of got to attribute Kevin McCullough's of development when it comes to him. He was still here when Tibbs was here. I think he was hurt for like that first year. You
had some development moments from Kolek.
Yep. Tyler Kolek. They gave Tyler Kolek minutes to see what he can do on the floor instead of just keeping him at the end of the bench rotting. So the bench is a part of it, but I thought about it and I said fatigue. Yep. Fatigue is the only. I honestly feel like fatigue is the only thing that's helped the Knicks from getting to the promised land, along with the bench. But with the bench is why you don't need to fatigue your players like that. So the Knicks having this depth of a roster, having 15-man deep, like they just got Jeremy Sohan, and we wondering, hell, where's he going to get his minutes from? to have that type of problem, and you tie that along with Mike Brown reducing the starters minutes. I think Josh Hart's playing like 35 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns is playing 32 minutes. Jalen Brunson's at 32 minutes. It's like that nobody's playing over 35 minutes. I think now, while we're talking about are the Knicks finals bound, that's my answer, and that's my reason for me saying yes, is because now, opposed to these last 2 years, I expect to see a rested New York Knicks team going into the finals. And when it comes to their struggles during January, we were all kind of panicking about it because we didn't necessarily know what was going on, why they're not clicking. Obviously, players weren't bought into the system yet. They had to figure that thing out in the players' meeting. But really, when it comes to the case, like I look at the Knicks and especially Jalen Brunson, right? I think we need to give the Knicks a little bit more credit than what we've been giving them. Because, like I said, if the only thing that's holding the Knicks back is fatigue, let's be honest, the Knicks are kind of coasting through the regular season. Like, they just want to get to the playoffs. So it's fine if the Knicks lose a few games. It's cool. We probably shouldn't panic. We probably should have more faith, because if there's one thing the Knicks have proved to us is that when it's playoff time, they will turn it on. And with this deep bench, I don't see that changing. In fact, I see that being an even bigger problem for any team they face in the playoffs. So, my opinion, I think the Knicks are finals bound. Any last words from you before we move on?
No, I completely agree. Like I said, it goes hand in hand, fatigue and bench. So hand in hand. Like this has been the wall, and we are over it, I believe. I truly do believe we're over that side of the wall. So now the East should fear the Knicks. We are built to go through the East and make our way to whoever's coming out of the West.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. If you're tuning in, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as well as that bell icon if you want real-time updates. But before we move on, shout out to our sponsor, CapCut. If you are a content creator, there is no reason for you not to have CapCut. It's one of the easiest video editing apps on this planet. You can get it on Apple and Google. You don't matter what device you have. You don't have to wait to start making content like this. You can do it right now. You can even put your video in CapCut and it could do the video for you. So shout out to our sponsor, CapCut. We salute you. Thank you for everything that you do for the show.